Pregame.com.
College Bowl action, TCU and Louisiana Tech. I'm your host, Marco D'Angelo, and I'm joined today by Scott Spreitzer. And Scott, I am just an honor to be able to, we're the old beard soda here at pregame, guy that's been doing this for a long time, and we're old school, so it's going to be good to do a video with you. And before we jump right into this particular game, one thing about bowl games, and try to pick your brain real quick, is when you have games early in the bowl season, to me, sometimes you have to set aside the X's and O's in the stat sheets, to me, and motivation becomes more of a factor of handicapping. What's your take on the bowls and teams that want to be here and teams that don't want to be here?
First of all, it's great to be working with you. I've been a big fan for years, but I will say this, that right from day one of handicapping bowl games, when I started doing this as an adult rather than as a child and as a teenager, and watching which team ran up a bunch of yardage and how they did all season long and using that as though it's a regular season game, motivation on these pre-New Year's bowl games became the first thing I would look at besides key injuries. And what I seem to find is that a lot of times, and it doesn't happen all the time obviously, but if you look at ticket allotments and how quickly they sell for a certain program, you can kind of get the idea on a team's motivation. If you get one team in one of these early bowls who sells their 15,000 seat allotment in 48 hours and the other team is giving back 10,000 of their 15,000 seats, then you know that the team's probably not highly motivated also. And what some of these teams have to be careful of is if they've played in those New Year's Day and post-New Year's Day bowl games for so long and BCS games, and maybe they went 9-3 or lost their conference championship in the last couple of weeks, and their affiliation from their conference with some of these bowl games knocks them down to a so-called also-ran bowl game. It's tough for those teams to find that extra spark. So it's a huge part of handicapping the bowls.
Well, I did that opening for a reason. This is my video best bet, and you guys are going to actually get 2 picks in this video because I'm going to give my side and you've got to play on the total. So we're going to give them a little parlay on this one. I love the dog in this game, and it's all about motivation. I'm looking at a TCU team that had a dream season a year ago, played in the Rose Bowl, and had a good year this year, only got 2 losses, but to take a drop from as far as they went in a bowl game last year to this year and be the team that took out Boise State and ended their BCS hopes this year to end up in this bowl, where does the motivation come for that team?
I think when you got a guy like Gary Patterson as your head coach, and I've seen this guy in person, I've gone to several of their games, and he's definitely a fired-up individual. He's going to have this team as focused as they can possibly be in this particular situation. But still, I want to see where that extra little spark comes throughout 4 quarters. They may be saying it up here at the start of the game, but I don't know if it's truly going to be here after the first couple of possessions in the contest. Maybe they come out and win this ball game, but you're talking about winning basically by 2 touchdowns now with the line sitting where it is. Good news, by the way, for the Louisiana Tech backers, and one of the things that I wanted to jump in and look at besides the motivational factor is if Lennon Creer, the running back, and of course Quentin Patton, their top receiver, were going to be able to play in this game. They both had some ankle issues, and both have been upgraded to probable in the last few days for this contest. So I look into that after I look at the motivation. I see that Colby Cameron, their quarterback, who put up tremendous numbers after coming in midway through the season as the starting quarterback, 11-2 touchdown to interception ratio. And what that shows me with this kid is that he doesn't put his team in bad situations. He doesn't make goofy throws that's going to put his team behind the 8 ball because of some bad throw that he made. And that's what you got to do against TCU, because they're going to come after you from all angles with that ferocious defensive style. If you're the kind of quarterback who tends to be mistake prone, put your team in a bad situation, you're not going to beat TCU. But Colby Cameron does not do that, and I think that's a huge advantage going into this game.
Well, Louisiana Tech's been a point spread machine this year.
Sure.
They're 10-2 against the spread. This team finished the season on a 7-game winning streak. What's more impressive to me about the 7-game winning streak is during that 7 games, they had a stretch where they played 5 out of 6 weeks on the road. And when you can take your program, go on the road and win and cover, this is a good ball club to overcome that kind of scheduling, detriment. I like them here. They are excited to be in the bowl. I mean, this is a program that doesn't go bowling, whereas, as we said, TCU, this is definitely a huge drop in class for them from last year. I like Louisiana Tech. I think they make a game of it. I think TCU is going to find a way to win the game because overall they've got more talent. And like you said, the coach, you know, he is a master motivator. He's going to have his work cut out for him here, but I think this dog is very live. I like them plus the points. I see it as a, you know, like a 3-point game, and I'm going to grab the double digits with Louisiana Tech.
I like your side here, and one of the things that I noticed when handicapping this game and followed them all season long is this team is Louisiana Tech, like that far from being 11-1 right now. They lost really close nail biters to Southern Miss, Houston, in overtime to Mississippi State, games that with 1 or 2 plays going the opposite way, this team's actually would have won 11 out of 12 games. I'm going to go with the under in this game. TCU, when Patterson gets that extra time to prepare, he can usually do enough to slow an opposing offense down. They're 7-0-1 to the under their last 8 bowl games. And as a favorite in this line range, they're 4-0, 4 straight unders, TCU. So I'm looking for a game that's probably, and the good thing is I can get a 27-24 final score and still go under the total by 4 or 5 points. And I think you're going to see in that neighborhood 23-20, 24-21. So I like your side. I also like the under.
Well, there you go. Scott's going to give you the under. I'm taking as my video best bet. And as you know, my video best bets, Louisiana Tech, we're 9-4 the last 13 weeks with our video best bet. And each week when we do the video best bet for me, we give you guys a coupon here to use at pregame. And since it's bowl season, the coupon's going to be bowl in the number 10. Just use the word bowl in the number 10, and you'll be able to take $10 off your order at pregame. Just enter that coupon code at checkout, and if the package happens to be $10, that's on RJ, and he doesn't like that too often, so there won't be too many $10 packages out there. But you get $10 off. It's our gift to you. Scott, I'm looking forward to doing a lot more videos with you. Happy holidays. We're taping this right before the holidays, so when we come back to tape again, will be Christmas time, so have a happy holidays and pick a lot of winners. Hope Santa Claus brings you some winners under the tree.
Sounds good, Marco.
All right, guys, I'm Marco D'Angelo. He is Scott Spreitzer. We will be back with more videos. Scott's going to be doing some with Vegas Runner. And, of course, Vegas Runner and Brian Leonard will be doing some videos as well. Thanks again for watching. You can check us out at pregame.tv.